Welcome back, myself, BBD, as we are the front office for our old man team against Foolish Baileys. We will run a million simulation, and whatever team wins the most you get a prize. What's a prize asset I could get from you? You get my dog if you win.
I get your dog?
You get Noodle. Yes.
How old's Noodle?
He's 6, so you got some good
It's
years
a commitment.
left.
It's a commitment for
you're
sure.
in it. Yeah. Like traveling.
You'll have time with them.
I will give you my John Smoltz autographed baseball because I know you're all such a big fan of his commentary.
I love Smoltzy. Wasn't a fan of him on the field, but off the field.
Off the field, he's really just totally cleaned up his reputation because, on the field, no one could stand him. No one thought he was any good as a pitcher. But now, as a broadcaster, it's like, wow, is this guy the next Costas,
Throwing those 93-mile-per-hour fastballs. But with accuracy, that's what these pitchers don't have. Enough of that. But actually, I guess it's kind of on theme for the old man draft. Bailey, we were messaging. We landed on some rules. 33 plus, and that is their baseball reference listed age for this season. I haven't found too many outliers, so I'm interested to see what loopholes you may have found. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if I found any.
Yeah, I don't think I did. Okay.
It's hard. I think it's based on your birthday on either June 30th or like July 31st. So there's not a lot of guys in that window.
Right. I hope we find one. So we'll fill out a lineup, 3 starting pitchers and 1 reliever. The pitchers and DH and reliever have to be 35 plus.
Yes.
So true men of age. And yeah, the reason that my immediate response to you, and maybe this is a little bit of me looking in the mirror, I am 33 years old.
I was having that thought while I was texting you that. I didn't want to tell you 33 is old necessarily.
I'm a spry, healthy guy.
Right.
And you said, well, the shortstop gets even uglier than an already horrid position at 33 plus, although maybe shout out to your wild card Miami Marlins right now.
I see where you're going.
And the other thing that I think is interesting that brings some strategy and can bring in a little D-baggery from us, so I'm interested to see where we land on this, is the DH can be anyone. It does not have to be a traditional DH. Basically at every position as we draft 2 teams, if there's 2 players above the age at that position, you feel home free. But with that DH rule, that can bring in a little trickery, especially there's a couple guys that stand out to me. Bailey, you are the guest of honor here. I think it's first pick. I don't think it's snake because then it's just why are we doubling? It's just an eye for an eye. The whole world is blind. So me and my analytics department, BBD, I think we landed on a consensus 1-1 pick.
I meant to circle back on you. That's for sure the
okay.
1-1
So
IMO.
So if you blow this, our draft is off to the perfect.
I think I'm gonna blow it because I don't think I have the consensus number 1 pick. I'm going a little positional value based drafting here. My first pick off the board is going to be the second baseman Jose Altuve.
Yes.
That was the guy.
That's the guy.
That was the guy. Okay, just making sure.
Why are you taking him, Bailey?
Future Hall of Famer, better than other second basemen of his age. He's Jose Altuve, short king as well.
Yeah.
We can throw that out there. This is you and I. This is really kind of a short king collab, so we need to look out for our own kind.
Yes. And he is. I guess I haven't gotten into his numbers this year, and there's not a ton of them because he was injured to start the year, but he's still Jose Altuve, right? Like he's still.
And, boy, by the way, last year he basically repeated his 2017 MVP season. I feel like no one noticed. He wasn't even a finalist.
He stole that from Judge, man. I can't believe.
I know that's why I brought it up.
Not the Yankee fans still think about it. Maybe I like to think in my head this wasn't Yankees me, but now that I think about the 2 people involved, maybe it was. If you look at Dustin Petey Pedroia, Another short king, another incredible baseball player, got banged up a lot. And his career, like, kind of shot off a cliff after a certain point. I mean, he was, at 34, he was essentially done and out of baseball. And his numbers changed significantly as he got towards 30, that I thought Altuve, because Altuve has been banged up a little bit. He comes into this season delayed. That I was like, short king, a lot of injuries. The body starts to give a little bit. And no,
turns out he's fine. Yeah.
He's still just incredible. So, yeah, that was our consensus 1-1. So that's kind of tough. I didn't have another second baseman listed, so we'll figure that out along the way.
I have a guy for you.
Great pick. Our analytics department has done it. I think we just have to take one of the guys.
And now you got to just go for a good player.
I was alluding to this, and it's funny because one of the fellas, well, actually, I think I'm going to do a little strategery.
Okay.
I think value-wise, I will take Paul Goldschmidt over Frederick because if we need to, Goldie's 35 and we can DH him if the draft gets ugly at the end. So I'll leave ourselves a little flexibility, although that glove at first. I think Freddie's better. But Paul Goldschmidt did win the MVP last year. It's crazy how much Freddie Freeman basically caught up to him, and everyone was like, oh, well, we already kind of committed to this old guy.
We decided on September 1st that it was this guy.
But killer year, Freddie. I'll take Paul Goldschmidt. It's by the way, I say Freddie's better. I mean, Goldschmidt does have a 141 OPS. Plus, this year he's been mired in the St. Louis Cardinals shitstorm, for lack of a better term. But I think I'm fine taking Paul Goldschmidt here.
Yeah, and then the obvious counter to that is I have to. The way you win this draft is you get both Freeman and Goldschmidt. You know that, right?
What?
Like you get Freeman first base, Goldschmidt DH, and that's it.
Drew Maggi's still out there, and like an inspirational story of this season. So
look what this is. This isn't even like my top value guy on the board necessarily, but it's just like it's a pitch that's too close to take, and I've got to protect the plate right now.
Yeah.
So it's Freddie Freeman as my first baseman, not DH eligible because he's 33 but not 35.
Freeman. Yeah, it's the right move because if the graphic pops up and
right, I'm gonna get destroyed if the graphic pops up and you have Freeman and Goldie.
And you had the chance to prevent it. I didn't know if.
And I had the first pick.
Yeah, that's I thought you might go there just with that potential loophole. You could put me in a pickle there, because then you get Altuve on the right. I guess it all kind of works out the same way. Man, Freddie Freeman, I've gotten lost in his baseball reference a couple times because he's gotten so much better. Like, it's such a weird thing that Freddie Freeman got called up at 21, and from 21 to 25, for 5 seasons, he was
good, but not great.
We thought we knew what Freddie Freeman was.
Right.
He was an 835 OPS. Like, you're like, oh, okay, Freddie Freeman's a good ball player.
Yeah.
From 26 to 33 now, he's a 944 OPS, 310 batting average, 401 on base. And this is playing like every game.
Yeah.
Like in that bit I just shared, he missed a chunk of time in 2017. Since then, I think he's missed like 6 games. It's unreal. The Yankees guys miss that without even it feels like
most of the team misses that in a week.
In a month. Like genuinely in a month, most Yankees starters will miss 6 games via rest day, benching, or injury. God, I'm turning in. I told myself I would never be Bill Simmons as he references the Celtics to everything. I do reference the Yankees with everything because that's what I know. So I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, so you have a nice little infield forming, Bailey. Freddie,
I do.
Freddie and Altuve, America's most beloved guys. BBD, we need to shake the board a little bit.
Ooh.
Where should we go? Who do you like? We're value guys.
We are value guys.
You're valuable guys for sure.
Thank you.
I value your opinions.
The catcher spot has multiple guys who are draftable, but I think one is pretty clearly ahead of the other.
I think you're right. And we alluded to him in that beautiful Athletics Kansas City Royals hobnob we did. I'll go Salvi Perez. 14 home runs this year. That's more than Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, you got me beat there.
Nice pick, dude.
Fewer dingers.
Salvi, 2021, 48 homers, 121 RBI. That's crazy. And yeah, last year he dipped a little bit, which was still a 110 OPS plus, which hey, for a guy that is now DHing and catching because Father Time does catch up with everyone except me. The fact he is playing pretty much every day for these Kansas City Royals, 121 OPS plus. I think Salvi behind the dish is the value pick.
Yeah, no, he was definitely high up on my board. Yeah, I think if you hadn't picked him, I might have very well just picked him now. So good pick.
Thanks, chap.
I know you do it all for me. You're just trying to,
I roll it all
my
out
attention
for
and
you.
affection.
I've got my salad here, reverse boycott.
Reverse boycotting the salad.
So honestly, I think if someone looked up, like I sorted Baseball Reference players 32 and up, because again, I thought there'd be more loopholes.
Yeah.
I think if you had the open board, I think this has been a little chalky. I think things are wide open.
It's going to get wild.
It's going to get
wild.
ugly,
Yeah.
too. So bring us there.
I don't know if I'll bring us totally there, but hopefully I can get us partially there. I'm going with my right fielder, George Springer.
Okay.
Springer Dinger. He has been better as of late. He had kind of a rough start to the season. Better as of late, gotten, to be an above average hitter again. And just in general, when this guy's been healthy, he's been a star, I liked the move from center to right for him in real life, just because I felt like hopefully that'll keep him a little fresher and he looks good out there in right field. So I think just kind of an overall complete outfielder who is, age 33 season or older. To me, that's Springer. I think he's the best outfielder available.
Yeah, I'm a little mad I haven't seen more of him this year as someone who hammered the table and wanted every team to play everybody each year. That being said, I feel like I haven't seen a lot of George Springer, and I love watching him play because when he's locked in, and another Baseball Reference that you chop up some of those prime years, and he was on he was on pace for like 50 plus homer seasons, and you're like, what? Like George Springer? I don't know. You don't really think of him that way at all. He's a good pick there. I was also surprised, and again, to drive home the point of the all old draft is we do get ignorant to like the fact that Justin Turner's still balling at 38 is insane.
Yeah.
And like literally when we get to the shortstops, people, it doesn't continue. Like the Yankees bullshit rant. The Derek Jeter, the worst defensive shortstop all time? Yeah, because he played, 7 years after? 33 to 40?
Right,
like,
exactly.
You have German Shepherd hips at that point. You can't move. Arguing with some of my old tweets at this point. Springer's a great pick. UConn. Go Huskies. Me and BBD, we've gone to texting as to not reveal any more picks to you. I think I think I'm going to take this guy because stock all-time high. Again, don't really know what that is. And even if he's not doing what he's doing this year offensively, I don't think you're going to get anything close to his defense in center field. I will take Kevin Kiermaier, the Sheriff.
That was going to be my next pick, 100%. He's the sleeper for sure.
I said this on Talkin Baseball the other day, and I might retweet it again. Go check out his catch in the gap. I think it was a week and a half ago. It's right in front of George Springer, who you just took. George Springer reacts like a little leaguer that can't believe his buddy made a catch. Like he's arms in the air, like you did it. That you don't see major leaguers do that because they've seen everything on a major league field. Kiermaier's so awesome to watch. And Bailey, 831 OPS this year?
Yeah, this is like a career year for him so far. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
The first guy that was held back in Tampa? Foolish Bailey video?
Oh, yes, the post-Tampa breakout. Well, him and Trevor Plouffe, of course.
Yeah, that's right. He's glowing up before our eyes. Okay. What do you got?
Yeah, you threw me a curveball there because I was like, oh, I'm for sure going to get Kiermaier after I pick Springer, and then I'm just going to really stick it to him. So I got to get a little chalky. I guess I'll have fun because we're going to switch it up and go for a starting pitcher here. Okay. Are we picking 3 starting pitchers? Is that what we landed on?
I meant to double check what the pitcher thing is.
I landed on 3. Because again, for the simulation, I guess I have it in my head as almost like a playoff series where our starting pitcher goes 7-8 innings, and then we hand it to our one reliever in this fake video game baseball world. So yeah.
Okay. Yes. My starting pitcher, to absolutely no one's surprise, Clayton Kershaw.
I thought he could get picked in this.
Yeah. Thought he was draftable.
Dude, what's his deal?
He's just so daggum good, dude. And he's been, I feel like, better this year on a, let's call it like a per inning or a per start basis than he even has been, in general this decade. But yeah, I mean, he's just a guy that's like, hey, if he throws 180 innings, which, hasn't happened in a long time, but if he throws 100, he's a Cy Young candidate, maybe a Cy Young winner again. Like, that's how good he is. So, yeah, Kershaw, my guy.
It's
maybe not this month, but most other months.
It feels like from when we started talking baseball that Clayton Kershaw was on the decline.
Yeah, remember 2020 RV debates. It
was like, yeah. I think you mentioned glow up boy Trevor Plouffe. I think he ended up on the right side of history because we were like, well, it's winding down for Clayton, right? Like it's he's thrown a lot of innings.
He was technically at the time coming off of his 2 worst seasons for Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, right? Velo down, which think about how much we care about that. And guess what?
Yeah. Like if you can pitch, it doesn't matter. And the thing that's nutty is like we don't crafty lefty Clayton Kershaw since 2020, 382 innings, 436 punchies. Like it's not. He's not just getting guys to ground out to third. Like
he's not Wade LeBlanc, people. He's Clayton Kershaw.
Hey, we still might get drafted, Wade LeBlanc.
Yeah, he's on the board for sure.
Brett Anderson, like some of his strikeout numbers, always blow my mind. Clayton Kershaw last year, 2022, a 2.28 ERA. So dumb. It's a great pick. Pitching's interesting because there's...
Oh, it's weird. It's weird.
There's guys out there.
Because there's legacy picks, but then there's also just good old guy this year picks, and you don't know where to go with that.
Right.
Kershaw's the only one who's really both.
He kind of doubles up. Is it Foolish Bailey selling Justin Verlander the rest of the year?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, first of all, something that Ben Verlander and I have in common is that we both owe our careers to Justin Verlander. So I'm not going to say anything bad about him or the family.
Hey, I'm no comment. I'm rooting for Ben. Let's go. I will take I will take the board. I was considering going to pitcher, but because of I think I want to bulk up the lineup a little more. Because although Kiermaier graphic-wise, that OPS won't pop to people, the comments will go career OPS, which is like, grow up, people. He's gotten better.
Just don't play.
You're
him
saying
versus
like
lefties,
someone
man.
who's 33 or older, Jake, can become better. That's what you're saying.
People can change.
People can change.
Don't. If we start going, I think he should leave. Then we'll.
Used to be a piece of shit.
BBD's been euphoric for the last week.
Let's slop him up.
Okay. I think what I'm gonna do. No, because you can go there, but can I move him? BBD, how many options do you see at the hot corner?
I was kind of gonna suggest you go to a guy we like.
I think so too, and because I think it's gonna force Bailey into an interesting situation. I will take Hall of Famer ? I'll go Evan Longoria.
I love it.
I'll go Evan Longoria. As I currently have this sorted, I have it sorted by OPS, and Evan Longoria is in the 8s. He's a part of what those baby snakes are doing. Obviously, he is not prime Longo, but he's 37, and he's still doing it. 538 slugging, 814 OPS. So I will put Longo at third base. There are a couple options there, but I think they'll make you squirm a little bit. So I think we got the top option there.
Yeah, I like how you said future Hall of Famer ? Because I've been kind of saying, hey, like, let's take a look. Like, look, if Scott Rowland's in, Longo's like 90% of a Scott Rowland, let's show him a little respect here. So, if Scott Rowland's like a slam dunk, which I think he is, then it sort of, we start to ask questions about Longo.
Let's get him 1.5 more B-ref WAR, so he's in the 60s. I think that would. Unfortunately, I think that helps, which is insane.
You're right. I think what's funny is I think once you get above 60 or 65 or 70 or whatever it is, it starts becoming, why isn't this guy a Hall of Famer instead of why is this guy a Hall of Famer?
Should he to why isn't he? I like
right.
That.
That's exactly it.
These snakes need a big playoff run or something, and all of a sudden he has a legacy.
Dude, if he hits a walk-off playoff homer for the Snakes this year, he's like, they'll build a monument in Arizona. And I think he lives there, so make him like a special front office guy.
Make him 1 year deals till he quits.
Ooh, a baseball lifetime Hall of Famer, Evan Longoria. Oh, pumping into my veins. You're back on the board.
I would like to get weird with it. I'm going to go with another starting pitcher, Alex Cobb.
Okay.
Yeah. Alex Cobb having a great season this year. Last year had a weird season. He was on fire in the second half, awful in the first half, had awesome peripheral nerd type stats, which I like. I like his ground ball rate, like his strikeout rate, walk rate, all those things. This year, he's just kind of been good. Logan Webb also been great, but not age 33 or older, but shout outs to the Giants pitching staff there once again. But not Logan Webb, Alex Cobb.
Yes.
Alex Cobb will be my second starting pitcher behind Clayton Kershaw, the ace.
You mentioned the Kevin Kiermaier late in life breakout. I mean, Alex Cobb is like gross.
Yeah. His changeup is like a splitter. He throws a pitch that's called the thing. That's how you know you got to watch out for him. When you throw a pitch that has its own name, whether it's, Ghost Fork or Airbender or whatever you have, like if you throw the thing, you're probably going to be pretty good.
I want to give a quick apology to Alex Cobb. I forgot how good he was with the Rays. Holy
he was
smokes. 2 years, 22 starts and 27 starts, ERA in the 2s.
Yeah.
And then, it must have been, I'm assuming TJ, he doesn't pitch for a year and a half. numbers really aren't good through 2020. I remember like the Alex Cobb baseball savant surgence was happening.
Right.
And yeah, he's been good, and now he's kind of great.
Yeah.
And shout out to R.A. Dickey, too. I think the Mets just announced they were going to do like an R.A. Dickey night or something.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
when you mentioned someone throwing the thing, and that'll be my next pick. No.
Wow, nice.
Been,
Him and
been
Daniel
some
Murphy
Alex Cobb
reunited.
discourse out there the last couple days.
Yeah? There's
Yeah,
been
Joe's
scenes?
and I were in a conversation. Really want the Giants to bottom out. Conforto Cobb.
Oh. Conforto and Cobb to the Yanks, sure.
It's always about the Yankees.
It always
isn't it? Can't you
is,
just
man.
enjoy a man, an old man, throwing like a 3 ERA on like a 500? They're above 500. Show them some respect.
Out
I
in
think
the
they're in a
Bay
wild
Area.
card spot right now.
They might be
maybe.
buying.
Farhan says so.
It's a good pick, Bailey. You have me a little I can't have you just sweep the top 3 pitchers. And again, I think top 3 is open, like you said. The
Wide
good,
open.
the good now versus then debate. I think I'm gonna take a guy that as I scrolled these names. Let me just double check that he qualified because I can't if I have that kind of egg on my face. Innings pitched, sorted. Where did he go? Okay, hold. Yeah, he's 33. Yeah. I think there is a guy that is peaking,
Oh, okay.
who has been good, who I think is the one on the second best team in baseball right now. I will take Nathan Eovaldi.
Ooh, nasty Nate.
9-2, and that's all that matters in pitching.
Right.
He has a 2.49 ERA. And by the way, like we're talking about this compare contrast of good this year, good always. He was the AL FIP leader in 2021. So and he has the profile of like the traditional pitcher. I don't want to say Verlander-esque, but like he's actually peaking right now and it passes the eye test.
He threw a complete game not that long ago. Like he's kind of the man.
2.49 from Texas. Nolan Ryan ? And I think the other pitchers have more question marks than Nate currently has, and I didn't want you to sweep the pitchers. So back to you.
Yeah. No, great pick. I know I'm kind of regretting. Should I have picked Nate over Cobb? They're both pretty good, you know.
Questioning himself, people.
Questioning myself.
Remember that in the comments.
I think I just wanted to show Alex Cobb some love. That's really what it was all about. I'm going to pick my DH. My DH is going to be JD Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like pretty straightforward to me. There's not that many age 35 or older guys who are tearing it up right now. There are still some good ones, but I think this sort of, maybe this pick kind of gives you permission to put Goldie at DH in a way. I don't know if there's a less attractive alternative out there. So I'm going JD Martinez, a resurgent season with the Los Angeles Dodgers so far, which I feel like no one is actually surprised by.
Yeah, he was my next text to BBD. I think easily the best hitter available. And yeah, I mean, you put him at DH and he's leading the National League in slugging.
Yeah.
Remember when he was washed and Boston was begging him to opt out, and here he goes again?
He was like secretly washed, and then they were like, please opt out, and then he opted in, and they're like, oh, time to trade Mookie Betts.
You know what?
That was our one plan was for JD Martinez not to realize he has $100 million guaranteed coming his way.
You know what'll
to be stuck with both of those guys right now.
Know what'll solve both of these things? Let's just get rid of Mookie.
Yeah.
My goodness, Boston.
Let's trade him for Jeter Downs.
What are we doing? Yeah, that's tough. Connor Wong looking good.
Connor Wong looking good for them.
Happy for them. Happy for him. That's a good pick. I have another guy. I was thinking that plan because he was the best hitter available. I think there's a couple sneaky DH options.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
I think. Oh, actually, I'm gonna text my analytics department because I think we've just won a mini war. But we'll circle back to that. I think what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna put you in a tough position for center field. And this is basically a defensive move, but I think we take Adam Duvall.
Interesting.
I can't believe that he plays a good center field. It's just a mental block for me. But watching,
he was the center fielder on the 2021 Atlanta Braves with the World Series run.
Right?
So look at me. That's my center fielder. Michael Harris II, Andrew Jones. They haven't done anything for me, dude. Ender Inciarte, Adam Duvall. That's my champion center fielder.
Make that your Twitter bio. My center fielder, Adam Duvall. Yeah, I mean he patrols center field beautifully. I guess him or Kiermaier. I'll let them figure it out. Or maybe we'll only play 2 outfielders. We'll do we'll do the shift. We'll put our other outfielder just in the teacup position, and we'll just steal hits from you.
Don't see a lot of guys play double-digit games in center field for the first time at 32. So
again, this is about blossoming later in life. I guess this whole thing is turning into an empowerment episode for me.
Yes, I mean, really, 33 is the new 23.
And for him, a little Evaldi effect. Everyone knows in his 13 games this year, a 1.2, which should hold up OPS wise. He won the Gold Glove in 2021, and 38 homers, 113 RBI. That I thought it was funny that the Red Sox bought some 2021 guy stock this offseason when they brought in Duvall and I think Adalberto, a couple other guys. I was like, okay, I see what the Sox are doing. They're doing, their 2022 was a fluke or an outlier that they're investing in that. Then I thought it was funny that Evaldi left, and you could kind of do the same thing with him. But it's mostly a defensive move. But my defensive outfield right now, elite. And I'm interested to see where you'll end up in center field. But
I'm also interested to see where I will end up in center field. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna finish the starting rotation.
Okay.
I know I've been a little aggressive on the pitchers here. I'm gonna finish it up with Max Scherzer. I feel like I like him just a little bit more at the moment. There's a lot of good options out there. You get Verlander, you get Darvish, you get Morton. I kind of feel like of that crew, Scherzer is the guy I trust more going forward, even though it hasn't been great to start the year. And guys like, Morton's had a really good season so far. Verlander's coming off the Cy Young. Darvish seems like a guy who's going to pitch until he's about 48. So, but I'm sticking with my guns. I'll go with Scherzer here.
Yeah, he's still Max Scherzer. Like it's not done till it's done, and I know, God, the Subway Series of all Subway Series right now going on. But yeah, man, I think if you did gun to my head playoff game, and again, his playoff stats aren't overwhelming, but that's still the guy he'd be odd. I think people would be shocked at how high I would list him, just because, I don't know. That's the guy you want.
Scherzer.
That's the guy you want to go down with. Like, his intensity, he's not going to, mope on the mound or anything like that. And
he's not nervous.
Maybe that shouldn't matter. But, okay, so your rotation is rounded out.
Yes. Which gives you a lot of flexibility.
That does, and I just texted my analytics team, and we have some picks brewing. And I think, BBD, I'm going to take that first guy and put him in the outfield.
I was going to say that would be, he
could
ruin that later.
Because then we can...
You might be able to slide him later,
Bailey,
too,
I think you're about to get the work.
Yeah, I think you're about to draft another Blue Jay.
No.
Oh, okay.
Let's see it. Bailey, pay attention. We're Yankees guys.
Okay.
with my 2 stud defensive outfielders, I am going to cover up and put him in the outfield, which I'm hoping to see this weekend at Fenway Park. I'm going to take Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh, I see where you're going there. Nah, he's washed. I'm fine.
I mean, there's sometimes I watch him run and I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Hey,
I saw what
running.
Hoodie Ron Marinaccio said on Twitter the other day, so I'm pretty sure his career's over.
Oh, you follow Hoodie Ron?
Haven't watched a single Yankees game this year, but just based on what Hoodie, Rob Marinaccio, and Hoodie Greg Weiser are saying, it just seems like he's done.
Hoodie Ron Marinaccio with a Baby Yoda picture as their profile.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
They're a
that
good
guy,
follow.
and that's who I trust. Honestly,
they'll
guys do any Yankees stuff? Because that's all I see.
They'll be interning here this summer.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I won't have to. I'm not going to explain Big G. Here's what I'll tell you: watch him in Fenway Park this weekend, and he'll do the explaining for me. Because he likes hitting there.
Faced your 3-starter last night.
Yeah, right. Take that, Scherzer. You should see what's brewing in the chat right now, Bailey. You're dead.
Wow.
So continue your dead
really
draft.
Yeah. Well, this is quite the pickle. I'm gonna go at the hot corner. You took Longoria. I'm gonna hold out some hope for the Tony Two Bags resurgence. Give me Anthony Rendon. Okay. Just back from injury, hasn't been terrible this year. Good on base percentage, I think, but I am a Tony Two Bags believer, and I'm gonna take him. I guess the main other guy I could have picked would have been DJ LeMahieu, but I'm gonna go Tony Two Bags.
Yeah, or because I think third baseman is done. Donaldson.
Yeah, that too.
I was wondering if you were gonna buy again another Atlanta Braves great.
Right.
I was wondering if you were gonna get Donaldson. I can't quit Rendon either.
I know it's bad. I should be able to.
His Baseball Reference says quit him.
Yes, his general attitude on the field says I've quit already.
He's quit himself. I'll tell you, and I'll try to save your horrible draft. I think him and Scherzer are each other's yin and yang. Scherzer is everything you seemingly want intensity-wise. Rendon is seemingly everything you don't want intensity-wise as a fan. But together, they're perfect, and that's why the Nats hung a banner.
And Howie Kendrick.
Howie Kendrick, he hit the fucking pole.
That was really cool. He's available in this, I think.
Oh yeah.
What's he doing?
He was my next pick,
he
so
call
don't
it?
say that.
Yeah,
He likes watches. Did you know that about Howie Kendrick? He's like a watch connoisseur, like wristwatch.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How'd you find that out?
I think I was looking for some Howie Kendrick footage at some point for a video, and I just typed in Howie Kendrick, and it was like top result, Howie Kendrick hits the foul ball. Second result, Howie Kendrick talks to this famous watch designer I've never heard of, who's probably Swiss or something, about his collection.
Loves watches. Bailey, I don't know what the theme will be, but how does Howie Kendrick have 35 career WAR?
He was raking while playing some second base when not a lot of people were doing that.
Yeah, he was. Man, that's
like the Ian Kinsler thing. Ian Kinsler has however much WAR you think he has more than that.
Yeah.
Wow. Howie Kendrick. That's a baseball reference you can get lost in. Speaking of peaking late in life.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that 2019 season is unreal. Okay. So let me see. Where are we at, Beebs? We have catcher.
You have your catcher. We have some guys who could flip to a DH if we want it. So we want a first base or outfield.
We don't have second or short.
Don't have second or short.
We need a pitcher. We need a
pitchers
reliever.
At some point, but we can wait on starters.
Right. Who's the best reliever? Have you looked that up at all?
I haven't really looked into it. I figured it whenever you decide to look into it, there'll be options.
There's a couple interesting names there. I don't know how much. Yeah. I don't know how much they're worth fist fighting over, because like we reference in our A's Royals thing, you could make a pretty good Chapman argument right now. Ooh, that's an interesting guy.
Ooh, I've pulled it up and I have a guy that I think would be my pick there, but
what are his initials?
He and I share one.
I don't know if that helps me.
He's an old friend.
Okay. Wow, there's a ton of reliever options. I'm so dumb. I was just sorted them by strikeouts, and I thought that was everyone's age. And every like solid MLB reliever right now has mid to high 30 strikeouts. The whole page is, oh my God.
You're like, wow, Felix Bautista's 50.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Damn, that's pretty nice value there. I think I'm going to take a reliever just because at this point, value-wise, that's the only thing that makes sense. Who do you have, BBD?
I texted you the reliever.
Yeah, I think old is sexy here, so I will take David Robertson.
Yeah, definitely on my board.
You know, there's another. I see another guy that's 30. Well, I won't tell you, although I just said it. I think there's, again, like I said, there's a couple relievers that I think you could spin pretty easily. But for what D-Rob has done this year, what he does for our heartstrings, 1.84 ERA this year. I'll die with D-Rob.
He's our team's new old man on the totem pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oldest player drafted so far?
He and Scherzer are both in their age 38 season.
Okay, those damn
teammates
pitchers
in real life
just keep throwing it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Bailey.
I'm gonna draft my shortstop. It's gonna be Brandon Crawford. Brandon Crawford famously plays shortstop. He goes out there, he plays shortstop basically every day. Has had some good seasons with the bat. Has had some not so good seasons with the bat, but I think defensively he still holds up. He's still Brandon Crawford-ish enough for me. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea how he's hitting this year, but to me, he's like pretty much the only like true shortstop that qualifies for this draft. So that's why I have to go for him.
Yeah, I mean,
the numbers this year are ugly, but at the same time, I've looked at the rest of the position, and he's the one guy I think I would take a chance on for the rest of the year.
And you're still like, I don't know if some of the kids don't like this. He's still Brandon Crawford till you're not. And like I realize some of the numbers are saying that he's not necessarily, but he had a massive 2021 season, 4th in the MVP.
Yeah. Like I would have thought he was cooked in like 2019, and then he had 2 big seasons after that.
Like, how about this? Maybe this makes it easier for people to digest. If Brandon Crawford was the player of the month in July, it'd be like, wow, he's old, but that's Brandon Crawford. So he can still do that. And you're right. Maybe I should have taken him, but I think it leaves a fun Marlins debate for me and BBD coming up, and that's why the people tune in. Okay, let's go with my analytics team has been pushing this guy from an early round.
It's just defense.
And we're going to put him at second base, extremely versatile player. We're going to go with handsome Whit Merrifield.
Yeah.
You
Gamecock. You said UConn after George Springer, and I'm not very good with the colleges, so when I get a chance, I have to go for it.
You took it.
I had one. I was like, I know this one. Anthony Rendon. Rice, I think.
How about, I think you're right. I think that was the whole
right.
Houston thing in Houston. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about Whit hitting 300 so far this year?
Yeah.
His stock had gone down a little bit. And by the way, big bases, less throws over, 17 swipes.
Nice.
So I will pass on DJ LeMahieu at second base. I won't reveal what my analytics department said about him. And someone else jumped out at second base. I'm blanking.
We were talking about another guy. at first.
We can we can do a whole end of the episode old guys we missed. that segment we always wrap up with. Bailey?
We're gonna go left field here. It's gonna be Mark Canha.
Okay.
Classic. By the way, another classic Oakland A's player archetype. Gets on base. He's gonna play respectable defense at that position for his age. Seems like a good dude. Definitely a locker room dude I would want. I've always liked his game. He's having a Mark Canha-ish enough type year this year. So he's gonna be my pick.
He is Mark Canha.
We know who he is.
You
doing everything Mark Canha gets asked to do.
Yeah.
Draft you're gonna draft someone else in fantasy baseball, and then you'll end up plugging in Mark Canha because they could get hurt or be bad, and Mark Canha will be there.
He's gonna be Mark Canha.
Get on base, and okay. Mark Canha. I don't know what that was. Great pick, Bailey. I like saying your name. I don't know any other Baileys.
You don't?
No, I don't think so. Giants.
I feel like that's like a very common, almost like sorority girl type name. You're not in contact with a lot of sorority girls these days.
Northeast, not as much as I'd like.
I see.
I follow them on Instagram, and I hope the checkmark does enough. But are you a Assen?
Oh. Miguel Cabrera just hit his first homer of the year. Old guy. Don't know if he's still on anybody's boards.
Let's go. He wasn't, but now he's my shortstop.
Yes.
Are you a Patrick Bailey fan?
I believe in Bailey solidarity. It could be Patrick Bailey, it could be Bailey Falter, it could be Bailey Ober. Just if you got Bailey in your name, I'm rooting for you.
You should have like a Bailey Jersey month where you only wear Baileys.
That'd be good. That. Homer Bailey.
Homer Bailey. What a guy. He might be my next pick. Let me I'll go starting pitcher.
Okay.
I'll go for the graphic here, and I think I'll go Justin Verlander.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything I've said about all these old guys, though, you don't count them out until you count them out. Like, if Justin Verlander throws 8 innings shutty in the NL wildcard game, nobody's surprised. He's Justin Verlander. So that's all I have there.
All right. Center field here for me.
Ooh.
Sneaky been playing a little center field this year. I think it was 18 games total, like 10 or 11 started in center field. Jason Hayward.
Yep.
I was dangerously close to picking Aaron Hicks, but then I realized I was going to lose the graphic.
Well, Aaron Hicks,
even though he's the hottest hitter in Baltimore.
He might be.
I'm well aware
that it actually may be going the opposite right now. Aaron Hicks may be winning the social media war over the Yankees front office. But no, Hayward, my analytics department brought him up. I think he was your last survivor pick there.
Yes, definitely.
And I mean, just straight up Dodgers devil magic.
But also no one's surprised. This is what they do with the veteran bats. It's the same thing with JD Martinez.
Dude, Yankee fan cries unfair advantage for Dodgers. How? How? He was awful for the Cubs the past 2 seasons.
Unplayable.
How?
They're just built different over there.
Can they get away with this?
It's like what happens if you give the Rays money. That's the Dodgers. You know?
It literally is.
Their philosophy.
It literally
the
is.
Rays with money.
Okay, BBD, we need shortstop, our sneaky first base, DH play, and one more starter.
Can be an outfielder if you believe in an outfielder too.
Okay, yeah, that's right. If Stan,
I thought you guys were.
No, we're good in outfield because Stan's too young to DH.
So, yes, I forgot the
He's
DH.
too young.
Outfield set.
Outfield
you know
is
what?
set.
I've teased it enough. I think we'll move Goldschmidt to the DH position, and we'll take Anthony Rizzo and put him at first base.
Definitely.
That's ignore the worst slump of his career now, people.
He hurt his neck. Relax.
He's gonna be fine.
Relax.
I love Rizzo's awesome. I don't want to say I was skeptical, but I definitely thought we were getting like secondhand Cubs Rizzo. Like I already won the war over there. I'm a hero. Like, yeah, let's play for the Yankees for a little bit.
Right.
Now he's a Yankee. He's a part of the fabric, and he's if you'll remember around August last year when the Yankees were sucking ass, and there were reports that players hated playing for the Yankees. Anthony Rizzo's been pretty vigilant that he's like, this is fucking awesome. This is being a Yankee is the best ever. So, and I'm a fucking lush. So, Rizzo to first, Goldschmidt goes to DH. People will be mad about that on the graphic, but don't care.
No, I totally get it. They just, I'm sure everyone responding on Twitter will be very calm and calculated about the age 35 versus age 33 rule when they see
Really
Rizzo starting at first base and then Goldschmidt they DH. So you're going to think surely there's some sort of rule that explains this that's written in like size 6 font on the graphic.
What do you guys do? How could you have Goldschmidt at the I love the internet. I live on there. 3 more picks? 2 more picks?
I think I've got 2 more. I believe I have everything except for relief pitcher and catcher.
Yeah, I don't think we can block. I don't think we can like block anyone. So why don't you just finish out your?
Yeah, I'll
your
finish
team.
out. Relief pitcher Aroldis Chapman, having a great resurgent year. Going to be kind of classic trade deadline bait. Racking up some saves. More athletic in the delivery this year, which explains sort of like the velo increase, especially in his lower half. And then catcher Travis d'Arnaud, not catching all the time with the arrival of Sean Murphy, but still catching enough.
Yeah.
Hits well for a catcher. Defensively, not the best. It was between him and Grandal, and I'm just going to go with d'Arnaud just because I like him. I'm a Braves fan, and he's one of my favorite players on the team.
It's a good pick. I like him. A threat. Travis d'Arnaud is a threat.
He's honestly been like an awesome, just like, I feel like every time like Sean Murphy starts a catcher and he like pinch hits in the 7th inning, he gets a hit and like just gets the job done.
He's a guy I like to watch play. Nice. Good analysis there. And then do you have one more? Or you're done?
I think I'm done. I think it's Chapman and d'Arnaud, and I could be incorrect here, but let me just look here. So I got first base.
I've got second.
First base Freeman, second base Altuve, third base Rendon, shortstop Crawford, left field Canna, center field Hayward, right field Springer, DH JD Martinez. Did the pitchers early. So yeah, no, I'm done.
Yep.
Okay.
3 starters, a reliever, and a catcher.
How about Chapman? Where's he gonna end up?
Minnesota? I don't know.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
It's the first thing that came to mind.
All 3 of them back there. Texas
Duran
Rangers
and
have
Lopez
to be like a
and
big option, right?
Oh yeah, they could
Chappie.
Could use a guy.
Okay, so
Everyone could use it.
I need a shortstop and a starting field. Oh my God, a starting pitcher. Jake, your words. Talking for too long. The shortstop, and again, part of why this is a beautiful exercise, people, go look up old shortstops.
Oh yeah.
And you'll find out the second pick that I agree with my analytics department. There are 2 Marlins options. We're going John Birdie.
Yep.
We're going John Birdie. This team is going to run.
You're still in a lot of bags in that middle infield.
41 swipes last year, although 7 this year and 4 caught stealings. John, we got new rules. Get going.
It's supposed to be easier. You're doing it when it was hard.
Real ones will be mad that we didn't go with Joey Wendell. Joey Wendell, as he's a icon in the John Boy media community. We'll throw John Birdie at short because he's still doing it somehow.
Savant likes it over there.
Yeah. And so we need one more pitcher, right?
Yep. Need your last starter.
Should we go old? How old is your old? Lance Lynn is punching tickets this year, which is surprising.
Had a really strong second half to last year that I hope would carry over.
His ERA is terrible, but he is still striking out a lot of dudes.
Everything else isn't working. We do have a no DeGrom rule in this draft because he's not going to play baseball for the next 2 years. BBD, I will... Wow. I will give you 3 options, BBD.
I think I just saw a guy that I didn't know was qualified.
Corbin, Lugo. No. It feels like Sonny Gray.
Oh.
Merrill Kelly.
Mm.
And then I like Darvish a lot, and he's older, but I think those other guys are outperforming him. Who else do you see?
Sonny was the one who just caught my eye.
He's been so good. I think we
been so
have
good, and
to.
especially this year.
He doesn't feel old enough.
I was shocked he was on here. I would have guessed. Going in, I thought, I'm going to be surprised to learn he's 32, and I think he's 30 in my head. But
Sonny Gray feels kind of illegal. I almost don't want it.
33, yes.
Wow, Wheeler's 33?
Yeah, Wheeler was.
Oh, do starting pitchers have to be 35? Did I blow that whole rule?
They got to be 35.
How old are my starting pitchers?
Evaldi's 33.
To be honest with you,
I thought you said it. I thought you had said that, but then Evaldi was 33, and I thought I misheard.
Well, first of all, I completely forgot about that because I was like, wait, Evaldi wasn't on my board? How did I miss that?
Okay, so I have to... End of the draft, I have to retool the whole pitching staff.
Do you want me to throw out a couple names for you just because I still have them on my board?
Well, I
Maybe
see...
Darvish and Morton.
So let's take Darvish for sure. Did you take Morton?
No.
Okay, so Darvish and Morton for sure.
You have Verlander.
And then Verlander, so that's good. Okay.
That's your draft.
So, all right, I will swap out... Yeah. I didn't even.
I was like,
I
thought you really pulled a fast one on me because I was like, dang, I didn't realize. But then I forgot our own rules that I made, so I was like, yeah, Evaldi's 33. That's right. Why wasn't he on my board?
That's why it all felt a little off.
Yeah,
but
wait, who's your reliever by the? Oh, Robertson. He's old.
Robertson. He's our team captain actually. Okay, so after that great debacle at the end, the pitching staff. My pitching staff is. I'll go from the top. Verlander, Morton, Yu Darvish, which I like a lot, actually. David Robertson into close. Our catcher is Salvador Perez. At first base, Rizzo. At second base, Whit Merrifield. Shortstop, everyone's favorite, John Birdie. Third base, Longo. I'll put Duvall in left, Kiermaier in center, Stanton in right with a DH of Paul Goldschmidt. And yeah, that's the squad. Do you want to read yours one more time, Bailey, if you have it there, or if BBD has it?
Yeah, sure. First base, Freddie Freeman. Well, no, I'll start catcher. Catcher, Darno. First base, Freddie Freeman. Second base, Altuve. Third base, Rendon. Shortstop, Crawford. Left field, Canna. Center field, Hayward. Right field, Springer. DH, JD Martinez, with a rotation of Kershaw, Cobb, Scherzer, and a relief pitcher, Aroldis Chapman.
Aroldis Chapman. That's where it always ends
the
with
records
us.
show.
Bailey, thank you so much. A little bit of a grind with these old men. Always is.
Yeah, always grinding on old men.
Anything else the people should know about you coming up?
Yes, I have said the name of the player I'm working on for a baseball bits in this episode.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so just have fun. Have fun. Go back, rewatch it. Bake the algorithm. Is that what you say? Cook the algorithm?
Bake the algorithm.
Bake it. Yeah, bake it.
I
keep track of all the players I've said in the last hour or so, or however long this is, and I have said that player's name.
People overanalyzing like you're a head tilt.
People are going to look at the draft graphic.
He opened up his eyes just a little bit more.
He got a little too excited to talk about Ryan Noda.
Oh, there it is. Hard cut. Thank you, Bailey. Obviously, go check out all of Foolish's stuff, and we'll do it again at some point next month. So rate, prescribe, review. That was sad. Thank you. You're delicious.